Cat Show.
I saw a sign that said Cat Show. I said, bam, that's where I'm going.
See, your cat is nice. The ones that I was showing did not want to be. I think that's the difference. If they don't want to be, they're out. Cats are magic.
I don't think that breeding cats are fair.
My name is Bill Buckland, and this is Mr. Van Abel. He's a Maine Coon. He's a premier, showing right now as a premier. If you're what I call a city folk, why, some of them, when they think their hamburger comes from the package out of the grocery store, why, you know, they don't imagine something like that. Because, I mean, you can go to fish shows, you can go to rabbit shows, you can go to horse shows, cattle shows. You know, if you're interested in something like that, you can go to, you can find them. You can find them. Yeah, you meet a lot of new people. You see the same people every week, depending on where you're going, if you go that often, which if you're showing a cat, I mean, it's a kind of an addiction just like anything else. You know, a lot of people spend their money at the bars, sit there all weekend, where we go to cat shows.
Past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seemed.
This is Perfection's Hagen Principle. They run around. They tend to be very active. They like to be by people. They like to sit on your shoulder. They like to follow you around. They'll come if you call them. They know their name.
You know, the socialization with the people, the bonding with the kitties. Like in the hotel last night, he slept in bed with me, and so, yep.
Gives you a chance to see a lot of other people's cats, get a lot of other people, get a chance to see yours. Meet a lot of fun people, too.
You get to come to the show, you compete, you can beat other cats, you can win. You don't really have to do anything yourself. Cat does most of the work. But there's a competitive aspect to it, so it's and you meet a lot of different people at the shows.
Yeah, have you ever made any friends at the shows?
Oh yeah, now, especially now. This is probably 50% socialization with other people and 50% about showing the cats.
This is where we're having our little peach bubbly juice and our little cheese and cracker lunch, and absolutely it's an opportunity. We live great distances apart, and so we're able to meet at shows and visit and catch up and talk about cats, but talk about what's going on with each other as well. I've always enjoyed cats, but more than that, I really enjoy the science behind the genetics of breeding, as well as it's a nice combination with the art of producing an aesthetically pleasing or as perfect a specimen as you can produce. So it's a nice combination of science and art for me. We would all like to produce the perfect cat in our particular breed. And showing helps us to evaluate our breeding programs because we get independent assessment of how close we're coming to that standard.
And 3 needs all the short hair kids, 23 through 40.
Okay. It's as if when I look at a cat and I have them on the table, I look at them like I would look at a painting. And sometimes, you know, a painting is turned and it's skewed. And for me, it has to all balance. And that's what I look at. I look at the whole cat. You take the parts, and then you don't want the cat to be one particular part to stand out. You want it to be the sum of all of its parts. And that's the beauty of the animal.
My name is Teresa Horn, resident of Ann Arbor, and I'm a cat lover. And I'm here at the cat show, and I do not show, I just come and pet and look. I look forward to this all year, and like when I was just thinking, when it's over, I got a whole nother year to wait. So it's like Christmas to me. I just love it. Yeah, I love to see all the animals and different breeds. I think there's a crowd that follows, and that crowd is usually the cat showers, and people like me who just love cats, and you know, this is just so exciting. I don't think it's very well known that there are cat shows where they think it's expensive or whatnot, but it's just pure joy. I mean, just pure joy. It'd be like a kid in a candy store. I just talked to the master clerk, and he just told me how you come to be a judge. It's rigorous. It's rigorous. I wouldn't dare to tell you all the steps.
You have to breed cats for 7 years. You have to clerk like this gentleman does. You have to be a master clerk, which means you take care of all the paperwork for all the rings. You have to be a show manager. You have to be really involved in the fancy for 7 years. Then you have a very long application process. You have to visit, depending on whether you're short hair or long hair to begin with, you have to visit 5 to 7 catteries. You have to learn about the breeds. There are 42 breeds, and you have to learn about them all. And then you train. And you train, usually training takes anywhere between 6 months to a year, and then it takes you about 5.5 to 7 years to advance through the stages until you get to be an all-breed judge. So there's a lot of work involved in it.